fruit for the people of Bamiyan.
Question number 5, Jacinda Ardern.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Social Development and asks, does she stand by all of her statements?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Yes, although I do have a tendency to get a little over-exuberant at times, Mr. Speaker, as you witnessed last week.
Jacinda Ardern.
Supplementary to the Minister. Has she shared with the Prime Minister her statement, as quoted in the media, that she could in future release the personal details of those who receive government support, quote, depending on the circumstances? And if so, what was his response?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, I spoke to the Prime Minister on Sunday on a range of issues to do with my portfolio, and it came up in that conversation. He sort of said to me, "I'll catch me up on what's been happening last week," and I said to him, I have not disclosed any further information in the last 3 years. I don't intend on doing it next week. I don't intend on doing it next month, but I can't give a guarantee around every circumstance. It's what I said last week, it's what I said on Sunday to him, and it's what I still say today.
Jacinda Ardern.
Supplementary to the Minister. Does she agree with the Prime Minister's position, as outlined to the media, that her release of the private information of 2 individuals on government support was wrong?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, I've actually read the Prime Minister's transcript from yesterday, and that is not what he said.
Jacinda Ardern.
Over again.
Did the Prime Minister ask her not to share the private information of people on government support in the future?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Absolutely not.
Jacinda Ardern. Order. I want to hear Jacinda Ardern. Order.
Supplementary to the Minister. Did the Prime Minister express to her in their discussion that he agreed with her actions in releasing the information of 2 individuals on government support?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, I think I've reiterated to the best of my ability the conversation I had with the Prime Minister on Sunday. I understand that they're trying to get some great conspiracy theory, but it was quite straightforward. We were merely having quite a catch-up. He said to me, tell me about... No, I never got a telling off. I know what a telling off looks like after last week, and it certainly was nothing like that. It was actually quite clear that we were having a conversation about what was going on. I said to him, as I'm happy to reiterate to you, I said to him, I haven't disclosed information in the last 3 years since then. I don't intend on doing it next week. I don't intend on doing it next month. I just can't give every permutation of circumstances that might come up and give an absolutely guarantee that nothing might happen. And he simply accepted that, and I think reiterated that yesterday at his press conference.
Jacinda Ardern.
Supplementary to the Minister. During her catch-up with the Prime Minister, did he agree with her that children move in and out of poverty on a daily basis?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, like me, the Prime Minister would have seen the Treasury report that does a descriptive analysis of income and deprivation, and he would have seen that from 2002 to 2009, only 24% of people stayed in the lowest income deprivation. That actually 76% moved. And I can quote from it, if it would help the member, is that the mobility is both up and down. Though there is more mobility for the bottom deciles than the top deciles, only 24% of those in the bottom decile in 2002 were also there in 2009, showing that more than 75% actually move around.
Dr Russell Norman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister, does she accept that her statement that she reserves the right to go to the files and release the private information of people that disagree with her, that can have a chilling effect on free speech in a democratic society?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, I don't think that information was disclosed simply because someone disagreed with me. And I'm not going to reiterate yet again what happened at that point, but by no means is that my interpretation. In my letter I made the point that people should be free to speak in this country and that I support democracy. I stand by that with every inch of what I've got.
Jacinda Ardern, supplementary question.
Supplementary to the Minister. Can she confirm that the Treasury report she has quoted indicated movement in between low income and poverty on a daily or a yearly basis?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, I think it's quite clear that people move, whether it be on a particular day or over an annual basis. What you have is mobility of income. I think what the member doesn't get is we on this side are not deciding whether we dream up another measure of poverty, whether it's 10% or 20%. We want action to address it.
A point of order has been called. The Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr Speaker, it was a very direct question about the specific Treasury report from which the Minister was quoting. We haven't had even an attempt to respond to that yet.
Well, with respect, I believe the Minister did answer it. She argued the Treasury report indicates that children can move on a given day over a year or whatever. That's what that's how the Minister answered the question. And the question asked whether the report showed children could move on a daily basis, and it seems to be the Minister's interpretation from her answer that she believes it does. Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr Speaker, the question was about the Treasury report, and the response was either, I can't remember whether it's I believe or we believe. It had nothing to do with what was in the report.
Oh, no. The member, if I recollect correctly, did refer to the Treasury report in answering the question, and it's a matter, it would seem, of interpretation of the Treasury report, and I can't judge that, but I have to take the Minister at her word. She said the Treasury report indicates children moving on different bases. Could be moving on any day or over the course of a year, and I can't. Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr Speaker, the Minister was quoting from a report so that we can confirm it's the same report we have. I request it to be tabled.
Well, I think the Minister probably answered sufficiently, and I've got to ask her, was she quoting from an official document?
I'm happy to.
It's a matter. If the Minister was quoting from an official document, it's been requested that it be tabled, and it has to be if it's an official document.
I can table it.
The Minister is confirming she will table it.
Yeah.
Thank her. I thank the Minister. Question.
Point of order.
Point of order. The Honourable Paul.
I seek leave to table not just that Treasury report that I'm happy to do, but also the dynamics of income and deprivation in New Zealand 2002 to 2009. This is a descriptive analysis. This is actually the information from the Otago University that Treasury have got the information from.
Well, the second document, leave is required to table the second document.
Mr Speaker, a Minister can table a document at any time.
I beg your pardon. Order. I need to seek advice on this because my understanding was not consistent with.
Unless it's quoted.
I apologise to the member, but in fact, ministers cannot automatically table documents after 1 p.m. On any given sitting day. So the first document, the Treasury document, the minister is required to table that because that was an official document, and another member of the House sought that be tabled. So the minister is required to table that one. The second document, the minister mentioned the one from the university research work. Leave needs to be sought to table that one. Well, I'll put it to the House. Is there any objection? There is objection on the second document. There is objection. Question number 6, Colin King.
Thank you, Mr.